All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Temu. What does that mean for Amazon sellers and how is it going to affect you? What's the long-term kind of outlook, at least in my mind? So, Temu, whatever you want to call it. So, if you guys haven't seen it, they are a crazy company that offers really cheap stuff shipped to you from China. And this has become a really big competitor to Amazon, actually. And you're going to see a lot inside of quite a few reviews of, like, I would call generic products that you're going to see people will put in the notes that they're like, hey, I found it cheap, or in the reviews, they'll say, hey, I found it cheaper on Temu. Probably did. So let's talk about Amazon versus Temu, what it means for you as a seller. I think this is going to affect mostly the private label sellers, but it could affect some of the other people as well. So let's just kind of look at the two platforms and get an idea of what's going on here. So this is a generic egg holder egg organizer that you put in your refrigerator. And we're just going to kind of look at these couple of listings back to back here. So you can see this design, $3.89, shipped to you directly from China. And then you can see this same basic one, except it has the stamped logo of the company. Same thing, right? They want $16.17. And then if we come over here, where is it? This guy, you can buy him for about, I don't know, $1.10 on the cheap end, plus shipping, guys. Don't forget, shipping will kill you from China. So let's just double that price, so $2 a piece. So if we go back over here, these guys, as long as they can sell it at, let's just round it to $3 cost, they're making an absolute killing. But then, like I said, this looks great. Rank is really good. Good for these guys. But what you have to watch out for, guys, is Temu. People are like, I could buy this for $4 on Temu. Why am I going to? And I'll wait. I don't need an egg organizer that bad. I'll just wait. I could wait 5, 7, 10, 14 days for this product, and I'll save, 75% of the cost. So here's another example. This style of egg holder is $20 on Amazon, and this is obviously a Chinese seller. So they are probably the manufacturer selling it directly from China. Rank is pretty damn good. These guys are killing it. And we could see that the cost on this on Temu is $7.17 versus $20 here in the US. So again, if the users are willing to wait, man, they'll just buy from Temu. And not just that, man, Temu gamifies the system, guys. If you haven't been on the app yet, there's a debate whether or not they're harvesting your information from your cell phone, but you got to see it. There's like spin the wheel, get coupons, spend $20, get more coupons, get 99% off of a product. And I ain't gonna lie, man, the first thing I got was a Lego kit, a fake Lego kit for like $3 shipped from China. It was pretty awesome. But how they do this is, again, it's gamified, it's manipulating, it's trying to get people to buy more stuff than they need. They also combine multiple manufacturers. They get it to one shipping facility, and that one single shipping facility will send all of your products together as one package to the US. So how can anybody in the world sell something for $3.89? Well, we can see that the cost on this basic product, not this one, here is about $1 a piece, and they're selling it for almost $4. We'll call it $4 and $1. So there's a $3 profit there, but then they have to ship it to the United States. Well, if you don't know, you can come over here, and the Chinese government subsidizes shipping very, very heavily, and has for over a decade, to allow there to be a competitive cost to ship across the world. There's no way, dude, I can't even ship, a small package from 10 miles with UPS. It's going to cost like $9. There's no way you can ship from across the world for so cheap. So again, the Chinese government subsidizes the shipping rates, which allows these Chinese competitors on Temu and whatnot to be very advantageous for them as far as pricing their products. So the next thing you need to watch out for as a seller, what really affects you as a seller, because you are not Chinese company using Chinese shipping and gaming the system, is import duties. So import duties, if you've never done private label before, when you import from China, you have to pay a duty on anything you import. These Temu vendors don't. Anything under $800 is duty free. Anything over that is 3%, when you look at what they call the harmonized tariff scale when you import, depending on what it is, if you're importing like a backpack, nylon clothing, you pay a 25% import duty. And this is thanks to Trump. Love him, hate him, I don't know. The idea is to try and get people to buy stuff local versus importing it from China. So they tax the Chinese stuff at a very high rate to try and incentivize you to not buy from China, even though it's still cheaper to buy from China and pay these huge import duties, pay the huge shipping fee. It's still cheaper than using a U.S. manufacturer. Unfortunately, that's just reality. So again, the harmonized tariff scale is very complicated, and you have to kind of look at what your individual product is. I would say you're probably going to be close to 15% minimum price on tax. So let's go back to our first example of this egg thing here. So say you're going to bring in 1,000 of these as a private label product. So 1,000 of these, just say your cost is $3 for between shipping and the cost of the product. So $2 shipping each plus $1 for the product. And then you need to add on another, like I said, 15%. So another $450 or so on the overall cost to get those into the United States and get it through customs. So your cost is now like $340, which is rounded to $350. And if your cost just to get it here is $350, much less the selling cost, the inventory cost, the holding cost, the transportation, the Amazon costs, and all of that stuff, there's just no way you can possibly compete as a private label seller against this guy. So where's that heading? In the long term, I actually really feel like the U.S. government's going to get involved with this one. So through the years, we've seen individual states enact what they call the marketplace facilitator tax, meaning like each state that collects sales tax is forcing Amazon to collect sales tax and remit that sales tax to the individual states. The states were like, whoa, we're losing too much revenue because you're buying something online across the state. And it was true. I mean, back in the days, I would buy stuff off of eBay and I would order from Oklahoma vendor or Louisiana vendor here in Texas because I didn't have to pay sales tax. I can get it really fast. It was no big deal. And I was ordering from all these online vendors to make sure I didn't have to pay sales tax like I would at Best Buy locally. Well, the states got tired of that and saw they were losing tons of money, so they enacted this marketplace facilitator tax. So I really feel in the next few years, and this is going to take a few years to get through Congress, but I really do feel like this is a huge revenue loss for the United States government, and they are going to take hold of this. The United States government really doesn't really benefit from this Temu nonsense and this subsidized shipping and cheap products to the United States, other than maybe trying to satisfy the people that do ship on Temu to save money. Overall, America does not benefit. And so when we look at the Temu revenue, $12.5 billion from October, the fourth quarter of last year. So let's round it down to say $10 billion and multiply by 4 quarters. That's $40 billion a year in revenue that's generated on Temu that is not paying import duties from China. And so when you look at the average harmonized tariff scale of like say 15%, the government is losing $6 billion a year in import duties that should have been or could have been charged. So they are taxing and penalizing you as an Amazon private label seller to import your units in bulk to resell here in the United States, but these individual sellers from China do not have to pay that tax. You don't have to pay that tax. Again, it's a huge revenue loss for our government. So I really do think in the next few years, you will see the government enact some type of marketplace facilitator tax. They're going to say, hey, Temu, yes, you're an American company, I think it is, and you will have to collect all the import duties for every single seller on that platform. Because your collective sales will be greater than $600, and you'll be importing, billions of dollars of inventory coming to the United States, and you will actually have to collect and remit that import duty on those products. So, again, guys, how does Temu affect you as a private label seller? Probably a lot. So, I would, if I'm looking forward, what I would do for now, if I'm going to start doing new products. Obviously, you want to find fast-selling products, great ranks, profit. This egg thing, there's money there. And maybe that's a good private label product for you, but you do have to watch out for people like Temu. And the products that people are okay with waiting for are going to be a problem. So again, the egg holder, while it could make money, it's going to be hard to get that listing going. You're competing directly with Chinese sellers. There's an opportunity there, but the biggest problem with this product is that people like me, if I wanted this, I'm willing to wait 7 days or 14 days if I have to. This isn't something I need right away. Now, if I wanted clothes, I probably want it tomorrow. If I need something for my computer, I want it tomorrow. So if I'm looking forward to build a private label product, I would try and find something like basically everything in the world, as long as it's generic looking, is going to be on Temu. So I would definitely find something that people want that instant gratification for, that they're not willing to wait. Party supplies, people don't plan ahead. Like, oh my goodness, I need this tomorrow or the next couple of days. I don't have time to wait. Definitely look into those types of products where time is an essence. They don't have time to wait. I would definitely watch out for too generic of a product. Again, if you're going to build this egg thing, find a way other than this tiny little stamp to make it different. Change your plastic colors so it's more inviting, more soothing. Definitely get better pictures. I mean, they got pretty darn good pictures here. Somehow you're going to have to differentiate and find a way to make it better than this Temu listing where people are probably willing to wait for it. So like I said, I think Temu is a big competition for Amazon right now, and Amazon is definitely feeling the pain and lost revenues due to these cheap prices. And again, it almost should be illegal to sell something shipped across the entire world for $4, but it's not. So Temu is definitely something you're going to have to watch out for. Make sure you are picking your private label products wisely. I don't know of any other courses that are really talking about this like Temu competition type thing yet. So just make sure when you are doing your research, you think about, is this something that people are going to want to buy now and want to buy fast? They're not willing to wait to come across the world from China. So I think that'll really help you when you do your product selection and your research trying to find products to buy. Temu's advantage, I think, will eventually slowly diminish and die off, especially when we were seeing this TikTok legislation just went through. We got possible spying. They're saying the same thing about the Temu app, so just watch out for that. I think, again, the United States is changing to have more of a, watch out for ourselves first and worry about ourselves first. Manufacturing is slowly coming back to the United States, so we'll kind of see there. All right, guys, this is Amazon versus Temu. It's not good right now. We'll see where it goes in the future. All right, bye.